Jai Hind. So in today class, we are going to learn that what is the external file style sheets of CSS, right? So I am going to write here like this. What is the external file style sheets of CSS, right? Style sheets of CSS. Okay. So basically in external file style sheets of CSS, right? External file style sheets of CSS, we are writing the CSS effects, right? We are writing the CSS effects or CSS styles, right? We can say effects or styles, right? So in external file style sheets of CSS, we are writing the CSS effects or styles in a separate file, right? In a separate file, and we are saving that file, and we are save that file with .css extension, right? And after writing the CSS styles in a separate file, we are saving that file with .css extension, right? And after that and after that after that we are link that file to our HTML files, right? After that we are link that file to our HTML files where we wants to apply, right? Apply or getting the CSS effect, right? Apply CSS effects, right? So I hope you understand what is the meaning of this. So basically in external file style sheets, right, we are writing the CSS styles, right? We are writing the CSS styles in a separate file, right? In a separate file, and after that we save that file with .css extension, right? And then we link that file to our HTML file where we want to apply that CSS effects, right? Where we want to apply that CSS effects, right? So I hope you understand this concept, and let's move on my Visual Studio Code for understanding this concept with one example, right? Okay, so this is my Visual Studio Code. So first of all, let's create one HTML file, right? So let's create one HTML file with name practice, right? Practice, you can give any name, right? So practice.html, right? So let's save it. Okay, so now I am going to write some code here. So first of all, I am going to write here doc type HTML, right? This is document declaration, right? So after that I am going to write here HTML, right? So this is document scope, right? So inside HTML we have two sections. First is head section, right? And another is body section, right? Another is body section. So inside body section, I'm going to write H1, right? Heading 1, right? In heading 1, I'm going to write here Amazon shopping, right? Amazon shopping. Okay. So now let's save it, right? Now let's save it and open with live server, right? So you can see this is our result, right? So you can see this is our result. Okay, So now let's apply some CSS effect on this h1 elements, right? So for that I'm going to create one more file, right? One more file with name style, right? You can give any name, and with using dot CSS extension, right? So this CSS extension represent that this is the file of CSS, right? This is external file of CSS, right? Now let's save it and open it, right? So now I am going to write some effect for this h1 element, right? So let's write some effect in .css file, right? So I'm first of all I'm going to write here like h1 because I want to apply the effect for h1 element. That's why I write here h1, right? So inside this braces I need to apply the effect, right? So let's apply the color is white, right? Color is white. And after that let's apply some background effect. So background color as blue, right? Background color as blue. And let's align our text on center, right? So text align center, right? So now just save it, right? Now save it and just go to our HTML file, right? So now we need to link this style.css file in our HTML file, right? So we need to link this, right? For link that style.css file I am going to use link tag, right? So inside link we have one attribute that is relation, right? So we need to define what is it. It is style sheet, right? It is style sheet. Okay, so inside this href, which is hyper reference, so inside this hyper reference we need to tell that which file I am going to link here, right? So I am going to link here styles dot css, right? I'm going to link here style dot css file. Okay, now let's save it and again open with live server. You can see our CSS effect is applied on h1 element, right? So this type of style that we return inside one external file, right? That we return inside an external file, we call this concept as external file styles of CSS, right? External file style sheets of CSS. Okay, so we can use this style to another HTML file also, right? So let's create another HTML file. So this is practice and like practice, or let's give another name like 01, right? 01.html, right? 01.html. Okay, so let's write some code here. Doc type HTML, then I'm going to write here HTML, and inside HTML I am going to write here head section, then I'm going to write here body section, right? Okay, so inside body section I'm going to write here h1, right? It's like online shopping. I'm going to write here online shopping, right? And after that I'm going to write here welcome to online shopping, right? So welcome to online shopping. Okay, so for getting this CSS style effect, right? For getting this CSS style effect, we need to link this file in our this HTML file. So for linking that file I'm going to use link tag, right? Link. After that I'm going to write here relation is like style sheet, right? style sheet. Okay, so after that I'm going to write here hyper reference. So I need to tell here which external file I am going to link here. So I'm going to link this style.css file. So just write here /style dot css, right? Style.css. Now just close this. Now just save it. Now just open with live server. You can see the effect, right? You can see the effect, right? That effect is also applied on our this 0.1.html file, right? That means what? That means in this concept reusability is possible, right? In this concept reusability is possible. So this is the biggest advantage of this concept, right? We can reuse the effect, right? We can reuse this effect to our HTML page, more than one HTML page, right? I already show you, right? Like you can see this practice.html. You can open with live server. Here effect is also applied, right? And now let's open 01.html file. Now just again run with live server. So you can see here effect is also applied. So what this mean? If I write styles in an external file, that it is reusable, right? It is reusable in different HTML file, right? So I hope you understand this concept, right? So we will meet in next lecture. Jai Hind.